Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that resonates with the divine within, and we'll begin. All right, for those of you who chose this pink speckled kind of stone, we have all minor arcana, not a huge kind of day maybe, but you know what? What is a huge day? Our lives are made up by the daily choices we make. The Eight of Swords suggests to me that maybe you've been thinking too much, that maybe it would be good to instead pick up something. This might be a day where you just don't analyze a thing, where you just get up, you pick up some interesting activity, some goal, something you want to get done, and physical is better, and you just do. It might be one of those days. And it looks to me like there's a choice. We can look at the past in a way that makes us feel trapped. Like we can look at the past and think of all of the, missteps we made or ways in which our past decisions have influenced our future, or facts of the world that we feel like hold us back, just facts in our life. Or we can look at the past with a focus on what's been good, what we've done well, good, sort of a nostalgic view of the past, good relationships, wonderful things that we've enjoyed. This may be a day where too much of your energy is wrapped up in thoughts that are just not helping you, making you feel kind of trapped, or making you feel kind of like you can't move forward. Analysis paralysis. Have you ever heard that term? So the Eight of Swords suggests that maybe you just need to move right through those swords. They are not blocking you. Maybe you need to bring the blindfold down and you can move right forward. And if there's anything about the past that's affecting your view of the future, that's affecting your view of the present, Source would really like you, I think, with this card, to look back and look at all of the marvelous things that you've done, that you've experienced, all the things that have worked. You've lived to this age because a lot of things have worked. You've met a lot of life challenges with success. You've had people in your life, surely we've all had people in our life who have put up barriers, but we've also had people in our lives who have helped us along. And so the Six of Cups is a lot of times about looking back on those positive kinds of memories. And that affects the way we see the future. And we don't have to have all kinds of information or insights about the future. We're not there yet. All we need is to pick up what's right in front of us, what you've already maybe decided to pick up today. And do it with focus and with a sense of, I've gotten this far. Things have been good enough for me to get this far, and I've done well enough for me to get this far. I'm going to take on the next challenge, and it might be the smallest thing, but I'm going to do that with the same determination I've done so many other things. It's just a wonderful kind of set of cards. Sometimes Source is just so good to us. Source wants to intervene in our negative thought life and show us a more loving perspective. For those of you who chose the turquoise, we have the Emperor is your major arcana. We have the King of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. So the Emperor, because of the cards surrounding the Emperor, you may have somebody in your life or some laws or rules in your life that are problematic for you. Maybe even creates a little bit of heartache. Maybe there's somebody in your life who tends to be disapproving, with words a little bit stern, kind of stern. Something like that. And maybe it's not even that this person is in your day to day, but the words can live on. It's that kind of thing, you know? There might be something that is a repeated source of a little bit of hurt for you or sadness for you, involving the Emperor, whoever that may be. Maybe it's criticism that's gotten internalized, self-criticism that's gotten internalized. Or this could be somebody powerful not in your immediate environment, but some manifestation, a representation of power that is not very kind, you know? This King of Swords can really put the emotion aside and just really rely heavily on logic. Sometimes that's a very good thing. But because this card is here, for some of you, that's not so good. There is an alternate meaning to these cards too, because we can also take the positive meaning of Emperor and King of Swords. If these two were together without this one, I would be emphasizing the positive aspects. The take charge kind of thinking, the let's be guided by logic, but be mature about it kind of thinking. But the Eight of Swords, they still could be very positive. But the Three of Swords, do I keep saying eight? Three of Swords. The Three of Swords could be a painful situation you're coming out of. You're wanting to take charge. You're wanting to be logical. You're wanting to use your intellect to plan. You're wanting to make a good plan. Go by what works. You know, cooperate with the laws of the universe, cooperate with the laws of society, of humanity, and do what works. The laws of cause and effect. So it could be that we're moving away from this by virtue of being so take charge, rising up in our power, following a good plan, a mature plan. Could be that too. So whatever the meaning of these cards are, that your Emperor is your major arcana. A lot of times we can take a card that even with a negative cast to it, and we can turn it positive. A lot of times Source is using readings to help us to do that. Turn it into the positive meaning of the card. And in that case, that would be through logic, through mature logic and analysis, understanding, planning, speaking. Yes. So, very interesting set of cards. A lot of power in that set of cards. A lot of power to take anything that is a repeated source of trouble and turn it into something very powerful. For those of you who chose the purple and blue stone, we have the World. We have the Knight of Coins. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay, world issues may be on your mind. And in your corner of the world, you're doing what you do on a daily basis to increase your security, and that's what you're doing. But there may be temptation to worry. It may not just be you. If it's world concerns, it may not just be you that's worrying. You may be picking up on anxiety from other people as well, or a group consciousness. But the world is about success. The world card is success. It is completion. It's a good card. It's suggesting that all will be well with the world. It's sort of like this timeless, all things in balance kind of card. For you, it could mean today, it could mean about success and completion of a goal if this is a personal reading, if this is a personal card for you today. It could be the world is in your hands. You know, there's success, there's completion, there's all elements sort of are coming together. So in that case, I mean, there really is no reason to worry. In fact, in this reading, no matter how you take it, this Nine of Swords is basically saying worry is the problem. There is no reason for the worry. Actually, it's not helping anything. You do much better to focus on the things you do daily, right? To improve your health, to improve your wealth, to improve your security. Just sort of the daily tasks that provide structure and regularity to your life. because there is this promise of success and completion here. So very, very interesting. Good set of cards. For those of you who would like a little further clarification from the Golden Nugget Stone, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, for some of you, there's a decision to be made. And, you know, sometimes that is the way of it, isn't it? If we have a decision to be made, we do sit with it for a while. It has its own process for coming to, you know, a conclusion, for coming to an understanding of where we're going next. There's a process. Today is the day to sit with different options in balance, different plans in balance, and know that there will be clarity. Right now, we have a blindfold on. Your intuition is trying to peek through with that moon. And sometimes, do you find that when there's a decision to be made, like today is not the day, maybe tomorrow's not the day, but you get a little information here and a little bit there, and pretty soon, one day, you just sort of, you've come into it, which way you're going. Maybe other avenues or other paths have been crossed off the list. But it's okay to sit in balance with a decision yet to be made. Or this can be a decision to be made. This can also be two different ways of looking at something. And you're holding both in balance because you're able to do that. There's some intellectual strength in this Two of Swords. There's some intellectual strength, like this person can see both ways of looking at something, can see both analyses, can see both perspectives, and hold them in balance, and doesn't need to decide she favors this one more than the other right now. She can wait for more information. So that's a gift to be able to do that. So very interesting card. I hope you have a marvelous day today, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.